when we say that Stella loves this and that this is her heritage, it's not that she just happens to have been born in China. It's actually legacy with meaning and significance in terms of a global picture as well.
That's why I take it so seriously, because for me, this is me, this is my home, my heritage. It's like, I cannot present you anything that I wouldn't be proud of.
And that's what we love.
That is why I'm here, still here.
And going strong, and going strong. Wow. Are you kidding? Look at the regal peacock. Oh my gosh, talk about royal, Stella. This is magnificent.
Isn't that?
Oh, you did the peacock proud. You really did.
You know, and then turned the head in such a way, it is so sexy, it's seductive. You know, when you have a piece and then you know, the movement, it moves. There's nothing more sexy about a woman and her movement. How do you attract a man from 1,000 paces away, like the Nefertiti, Cleopatra? This is how you do it, with a certain movement. You know the Indian dancing with the finger, with the hands? Of course, yeah. It's the finger movement, it's all these things. So in a way that we make jewelry to be seductive.
Ooh.
Look how sexy. Look at how that's sexy. How the turn of the head is almost like in such a position that, you know, you are a woman.
Oh, lovely. Very feminine. You're right.
Yes.
And interestingly enough, for male peacocks, they're the ones that have all of the regalia and the big teal and purple and iridescent feathers.
Right.
And the peahen, which is the female, is more
not
muted.
as attractive.
No, but that's okay because she doesn't have to be, because she's magical. So he needs to put out the extra effort.
She's seductive.
He
in
needs
a
to put
natural way, without having to fan up everything to show off.
He needs to do all that strutting and chase me, right? Okay.
Right.
Now, there's other aspects of the peacock that are so important, but I just wanted to first focus on the silver work, because all of those plumes right there have a stone, have a gemstone right there nestled within its peak. By the way, if you are into... Is
that Rhodolite eyes? I see that looks like a
It's a Rhodolite eye, exactly. And then it is Peridots and CZs set into this gemstone, into the gemstone aspects of this.
Best quality CZ, like the diamonds, right?
Very special.
Then we have the purple jade eye on the bottom and the large piece of jade eye, the green jade eye in the center. Now, that's a lot of work. Then again, that price, I'm very surprised. I think these must have been purchased before, or because I know how much the cost of merch. This is what's so difficult. I love making these for you guys. I really enjoy designing it, making it difficult for the master maker. Designing is the easy part. To make it into master making, into making the mold, making the casting, it's the most difficult part, and become very expensive process. And almost China used to make all these things. The factory that I worked with for so many years has to close because they no longer could afford it. There's no longer young people wants to do this
work. That's a heartbreak.
So I had to beg a friend of mine, has one of the most exclusive factory, to do all these things for me. And he's telling me that there are no money to be made to make my jewelry because I demand too much.
Well,
that's why it's coming to you, but you understand why.
Well,
it's
that's
important.
why we only have 111 now.
Right. And people know, where are you? You see most of costume jewelry is that price.
Please.
I vow not, I will quit before I do that, to give you costume jewelry, because I want to make sure you have precious stone, precious metal.
That's where, like a family-run business, only you feel even more responsible.
You understand how that is.
I really do.
Yes.
One thing I didn't have a chance to say to you, may have caught it when we were showing it to you, is that there is an enhancer bail on the back of that. So you're going to be able to snuggle that between some pearls. If you wanted to, yep, it's over there.